It gave us an opportunity to have a truly identifiable goal. We didn't have that prior to that. We were in a conference that wasn't extremely challenging, but once we got into the Big East, it rose the level of our men's and women's programs, and it gave us an identifiable goal. We wanted to win the Big East, and consequently, I think we won 26 championships.
We can't say enough about the importance that the Big East has played in not only athletics in general for all of Notre Dame, but in particular for women's soccer. When I first got here in 1999, it was pretty much us and UConn, and the rest of the conference was way behind in terms of facilities, in terms of coaching, in terms of financial support, and all those things that make programs great. And I think over the years we saw the growth of it to where now you've got great programs. There's no easy games anymore, and I think that's a true testament to the Big East and the commitment they made to women's soccer as being a Tier 1 sport.
The Big East came a long way from where we started in softball. Early years of the Big East, when Notre Dame was first in the Big East, we would take 1 to 2 teams max to the NCAA tournament. We've been getting 5 to 6, and that's something special about where we've come at Notre Dame and in the Big East.
We always had great competition in the Big East as well. We were in a position where we were competing for a Big East title almost every year, and that's important. And to be able to, again, in the recruiting process, say, hey, we are conference champions, or we won the regular season. All those things are important, and I think the Big East served us well, and we serve the Big East well.
The Big East did for us then what the ACC is about to do for us now. It gave us identity, it gave us recognition, it gave us a huge challenge. There were 13 Big East teams when we started. We were 7th. We've been first 6 of the last 9 years. Will we have the same success in the ACC? We hope so.
I think it had been a really good partnership with Notre Dame and the Big East. Obviously Notre Dame had a lot of success in the Big East, had won a number of championships and everything else, and I think it gave Notre Dame, a platform through which it could grow its baseball program, which obviously culminated in the 2002 College World Series.
Back in '95 when we transitioned into the Big East, we were so excited again to join a league that was going to be the best in women's basketball, and it certainly was that, but there were a lot of new things we had to learn, so many new teams, and it's going to be very similar for us. So going through that before, I think we have a couple of new ideas of ways we can find out more about those schools. We've certainly seen them a little bit more on TV than we did in the past, so I think it's going to be a difficult transition, but one we're really looking forward to.
Well, the Big East gave our program and gave me an identity. I will always be proud of being a Big East guy. I was fortunate enough to be the coach of the year 3 times. I think I'm 4th on the all-time wins list. That's a lot of work over 13 seasons in the Big East Conference. As I said when the move was made, I wish it could have stayed status quo and we could have remained in the Big East, but that was not going to happen. And we are very, very fortunate to end up in the ACC.
I built up so many good friendships in the Big East over the years. It was a terrific conference for us. But in fairness, the Big East, as I knew it, is no longer there. So I think in many ways this was a good time to leave it.
But for the instability that became such a part of the college landscape in recent years, we would have been very happy to remain a member of the Big East. But we had to react to that. But we will miss it. We'll miss a lot of our friends in that conference, a lot of great schools, coaches, student athletes, university administration that we formed such great bonds with. And for a number of programs, it was an important platform. Our basketball programs became better because they were in that conference. Soccer, most recently lacrosse. We were challenged quite a bit to grow by the competition afforded by that conference. We did grow, and now it's on to the next challenge.